Taurus. Thanks for dropping in with me. We are here to do the weekly. I'm going to set it again. Oh my gosh, it kept coming up when I was shuffling your cards in the pre-shuffle. Taurus, you got a Scorpio who is fully tapping in to your energy. They are tapping in right now. I have to tell you, like, the energy of a Scorpio is coming in so strongly around you. The energy is pretty heavy, right? However, if you are a Scorpio rising, that makes you a Taurus descendant. So this message will have a lot of resonance for you, all right? Scorpio is coming up in your frequency, really strong Taurus. This is for any strong Taurus placement, or if you happen to have a prominent placement in the second house. And likewise, if you're a Scorpio rising, a lot coming through for you. I would say that even if you are not a Scorpio rising, you should check out what placements you have Scorpio in your natal chart. It matters right now. There's certain areas of your life that will be highlighted by those placements that are getting activated at this time. I would also look at any placements you have in the 8th house. You may be dealing with 8th house matters. You're about to go through a major transformation. You're about to go through some kind of initiatory gateway in your life. Once you step through this gate, nothing will ever be the same. You need to really consider before you step through this gateway. It's very, very important. The most important moment is always before you step through the gateway of initiation. So really make sure that you're ready to step through this door of opportunity that's opening up for you. Because once you step through it, there's no going back, okay? That's coming in very strongly. I also feel like you're dealing with things on a more kind of subconscious level. There's also a little bit of keeping things under wrap, keeping things cloaked. You might even be cloaking your energy. You may have even been working with protecting your energy a little bit more recently because you feel almost like sticky energy, like something is kind of like glommed onto your energy or is trying to penetrate your energy, I have to say. Okay, I was picking this up super strongly. There's a lot of intuition activated as well. I think you feel the change of something coming. It hasn't arrived yet, but you feel it. It's like you can feel it rumbling beneath the earth. I don't know why I keep getting this earthquake imagery. Maybe you've even been getting some kind of sense around that, especially if you live in an area where, earthquakes are kind of of the norm. If you're over there on the West Coast in the States, that might be speaking to you pretty strongly. But I think it's kind of coming through also. It's like it's earthquake weather in your life. You know what I mean? It's like before an earthquake happens, everything gets real still and quiet. And yet it's like this pregnant pause. It's this moment of tension build up. It's so amplified, and that's kind of the energy that's around you right now. I feel like your sensitivities are really heightened, and you are almost in a little bit of a protective stance. This could be, though, I have to tell you, it could be in relation to a Scorpio that you can feel is snooping around, right? It's got that kind of energy. 10 of Wands. Spiritual communication. Yeah, this is something that's tapping in on an esoteric level. I think that you have the ability to suss out this energy. I also think you have the ability to ward against this energy and, prevent it from kind of getting a little too infiltrated into areas of your life that you don't want to welcome this energy. Okay, so this gives me the vibe of maybe somebody who's doing some super sleuthing. Maybe somebody who is keeping an eye on you. They're following your social media. They pay attention to all your posts. They may even be doing a little bit of vague booking. I got this, where they put up posts that you feel are directed at you, but are put up in such a way that you can't really call it out. That's a way of tapping into your energy as well. If you're dealing with stuff like that, you might want to consider just not looking at their feed, okay? Not looking at what they're posting. You can tune out from it. You don't have to get drawn in. But there is this piece here about like you're kind of like keeping your eye on something because you don't trust it. And you've already felt it in your energy field. You've already picked up this energy in the energy field. It's like got that vibe of like, you know, like a spider when it feels like a prey has finally kind of made its way into its web. It's like alerted by the vibrations, you know, before it actually sees what it caught. Ooh, maybe you've set a trap for somebody too. Maybe you set a trap for somebody too. You feel like you can kind of lure them in and get this person caught up. Ooh, I think that's what's going on here a little bit. Yes, I mean, 5 of Cups in reverse. There's something here where you really felt like you were dealt with a pretty like harsh emotional experience. It's something that took you to a really deep place. You're not over it. And, you know, this is the thing with Scorpio energy. And I have to say, if the Scorpio energy is coming in so strongly for you, if you are not dealing with a Scorpio right now, this is where you're at. You're like grokking that energy. It's also got Scorpion totem. Okay, so Scorpion totem coming through for you as well. You may even have a scorpion tattooed on you somewhere, or you may have been dealing with somebody who has a scorpion tattooed on them. I got like on the thigh is coming through for some reason. That's just like a little side note, but I feel, look, the energy wants to draw off the attention from the matter at hand, which is a need to be very like aware of the energies you're feeling around you, because it's like the energy is telling the whole story right now. So Scorpion medicine is all about being quiet and being still and reading the room. It's also about vulnerability. There's a reason why scorpions are always ready to pull out that stinger, and it's because they understand that they could easily be crushed, crushed under the weight of something. I don't know why is this coming through. I don't know if somebody here was around for the Loma Prieta earthquake that happened way back when. In the San Francisco Bay Area. If you were, there might be something around that that's coming up, because I just had that vision of the, you know, the collapse on the bridge came through. I don't know why this is coming through so strongly, but it is. So there might be something that ties back to that time. It could also be just the sensation of that, you know, that moment where finally like there's something moves, it moves so abruptly, it creates like some kind of like crack in the structure. Something comes down, it's a huge weight, it's a huge burden, it's a huge loss. All right, you could have already gone through an experience like this. You may be bracing yourself for something like this. You may feel like you have to go on the attack first before something like this comes your way. In some cases, like you have to stay 2 steps ahead. I feel like you've done some kind of like, you've set a trap for somebody. You were very clever about it. It's done very subtly. And it may even be an energetic trap, you know? For those of you who work on that level, you may have set up like a booby trap so somebody can't so easily tap into you, you know? You're tired of this person trying to invade your space, you know? It feels like an attack. It is. You know, if it's not invited, it absolutely is. That's on the bottom of the deck, your judgment. Okay, so that's on the real. There is somebody out there dealing with this energy. Yes, and you do have something set up here, because it says destroys the power of enemies and humiliates them. So you're kind of wanting to get somebody caught up in their own stuff. I got that, Taurus, okay? You may also be dealing with some kind of legal matter, and you're hoping for a just and fair decision. You may have already dealt with a legal matter. Could have been in relation to a Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. Could have been in relation to some 8th house matter. Could have been around an inheritance, okay? Or it could have been around some kind of, you know, criminal case as well in some cases, okay? This coming through for somebody, you may have gotten a verdict that you felt was unfair. I feel this in particular around a situation where there was foul play and something happened to a loved one. You feel like justice wasn't served. You may have a bit of this like sort of vengeance built up inside. You might be having a hard time releasing this. Okay, so a lot of stuff coming. Justice will be served in that situation where you feel like justice eluded you. It won't. Justice will be served. Justice in your favor. That will be balanced out. So if you're preparing to deal with any legalities, okay, on any level, it looks like you'll be able to turn something around here. All right. Let me get some more details for Taurus. Give me some more details for Taurus. It's a really kind of interesting energy. I also feel like there's this piece about you're dealing with a little bit of karma here too. And karma in the sense of the karmic work we all have to do simply because we're here on this earth, you know, in this body. And because of such, we're born into the wheel of karma. All right. So there's some balancing out you're doing here. You could be doing some balancing out in relation to a Libra. We do have a couple Libra significators here. We have justice upright. We have judgment upright. Okay. There's something that's coming into a state of balance here. Truth will be preserved in a particular situation. What is fair and just will roll out. That's the basis of the matter here. I also feel like you're dealing with a situation that is like past life energy for those of you who resonate with that. 12:12 on the clock, right? Yes, it's that midnight hour, okay? It's that midnight hour, the most magical hour of all, okay? There's an old score that's being settled. It goes way, way back, like deep roots past, like Akashic records past, okay? And the deal is that you faced off with a certain someone before. I think you already know this. It could be a Scorpio. I mean, me saying this shouldn't be a surprise to you. Those that this is speaking to, you've dealt with this. You've already marked this, you know, you're like, it's you again. In fact, when you met this person, you probably had that instant sense of like kindred, like, I know you, you know what I mean? But in past life, you had a situation where one of you held a position of power and did so in such a way, Ted's saying yes about this, that was super like domineering, oppressive, okay? And so your job at this time is to call your power back from that situation, for you to stand in your power. And in fact, this is why this person came into your life. In fact, they may be somebody that you view as a soulmate. They may be somebody that you feel very strongly drawn to. Yes, this is the work with the Three of Pentacles that's coming out here. This could also be somebody who is adept at the magical arts. Okay, this could be somebody who has done some workings. This could be somebody that you've done workings with in the past. Okay, that's not for everybody. This could have been somebody you worked with on one level in the past too. That might be coming back around to close out a karmic cycle. There could be some kind of balancing that needs to happen on an actual monetary level as well. This could be spiritual currency too. I could see it like having to pay a toll to a particular troll to go over a bridge so everything doesn't collapse. Oh, interesting the way that came back around. Y'all might have each other a little bit caught up, I have to tell you, okay? Something needs to be balanced here. It's a balance of power. What is just will be preserved though, okay? So this is a fair judgment coming through in this situation. And I think this is coming. I think you know it is. I think you feel it. I don't think it's anything that's surprising to you. All right, there is some kind of healing that's happening here. And there's also something that occurs here that does have you reclaiming your power, your personal power. And it's sort of this piece of, you know, again, I see this almost like an Ace of Pentacles. Okay, it's like paying the toll. It's got tithing vibes, I have to tell you. Tithing may be something actually that could be very beneficial in this situation, especially where you suspect that there could be any kind of like spiritual manipulation at play in your situation, where you feel, like you need to have sort of like your walls up on that level, just, on an energetic level. This could be, a matter that can be greatly, it'll open the road. I got, yeah, it's giving me kind of like Papa Legba vibes, I have to say. It's like, you might want to consider doing a tithing, I have to say. All right. Something about that will open the road. All right. There's some discovery that comes here, I have to say. All right. So for those of you that really speaks to, you might want to do this. I do see you healing something though. Okay. There's something that's balancing out here, and something's being cleansed away. But with this in reverse, I have to tell you, with the Five of Cups in reverse, in order for you to be able to experience this release and open the road, you need to move out of this sort of like slow boil place, right? Where you're building up a lot of resentment, because this could be what makes the bridge collapse. I feel like what's coming in here is an opportunity to bridge the past with your future in such a way where you truly get your freedom and you have what is fair and what is just and what is balanced comes through for you. And this opens up like a new path for you that brings a lot of discovery. It also brings a lot of fulfillment. And there's this piece here too about, it may even set you on a particular trip. It may be like the start of a very deep spiritual initiation for you, where you're going to go through quite a transformation, I have to say. All right. For others of you, this is opening up an actual journey. All right. So you're ready to kind of like head in a new direction in your life, maybe open up a new chapter with somebody. And this is like clearing the way for those proper alignments to come in. But there's some spiritual matter to be resolved here first. Let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got for you here, Taurus. Very interesting energy coming through for you. Seven of Wands, liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So there is protection here for you, and you're given the opportunity to come through the other side of this. I do feel like it's been taking quite a lot of patience. This has been very slow moving, but I see whatever is being built here, it's built to last, okay? So the bridge is solid, all right? So make sure you're kind of like releasing those pent up tensions, all right? And that you're trusting your intuitive guidance here. It's what will protect you. There's a certain light of understanding that's coming through in this situation that will also light up the way forward for you, so you know the direction to head in. And once you do, look at this. We have the 10 of Pentacles. So there's a lot you've learned in this situation, likely through severe irritation, okay, with that pearl there. There's something that's really been poking at you for a long time, but that irritation was there to sort of alert you to a certain pain that needed your attention, so it could properly be closed out, all right? But there's certain wisdom you've gained here that will influence how you move forward, and it's that foundation that gives you the balance for your future. I do see you acting on your truth. You are preserving some new beginning that's coming into your life. It's a tangible new beginning, and it's the result of you doing the inner work and the outer work that lines this up, okay? And the finances, where you have those concerns, looks good. So I also get this piece of you're making an investment in a career direction, or with a particular track you want to head in as far as what you're wanting to grow for yourself financially. I see that this is really going to do well for you, okay? There's going to be steady growth here that leads to quite a bit of success. And I think you might be coming into alignment with just the right person to partner on this, all right? But something is radically being transformed here, and it looks good. But first, you need to activate those scorpion senses. there's a rumbling beneath the surface. It won't be long before it rips through and changes the landscape of your road ahead.